Well, welcome to Fitzpatrick Stadium in Portland. Woo! And it's your gold medal game. The Fryeburg fans in front of us give a cheer. It was nice. You could hear the Warrior crowd roaring from across the field. Great turnout from RSU 19 and Nokomis Regional High. Got a great fan section across the way. Warriors have taken the guest sideline. Be the second state game to be played here today. Portland and Thornton Academy played for the Class A game. I think a good takeaway for the Warriors from that game. Portland definitely the decided underdog, but way too many penalties. So Warriors have got to play a clean one. We're going to pause our broadcast for a minute as they do PA announcements, team introductions. We'll come back for your Class C state championship matchup in just a moment. Oh, here we go, folks. Getting ready to kick it off. Tucker Buzzle for the Fryeburg Academy Raiders sets the ball on the tee. Chance Graves and Tyler Pelletier back deep. The Raiders won the toss, deferred to the second half, and that's been pretty good luck for Nokomis. Last two playoff games, they lost the toss. Were able to come out with a first possession and strike pay dirt first on the scoreboard. So let's see if they come out with a kick out of bounds. I think they get a few options, either re-kick, push it 5 yards back, or take it at the 40. So it looks like, or maybe it's 10 yards from the spot. So it looks like Warriors will start 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Really kind of, considering the weather we've had in the last few contests we've had to play in, this is a balmy mid, 40-degree day. Field's been clear of snow. Haining drops back to pass. Stumbles a bit on the turf. Rolls to his right. Trying to connect with Brock Graves. Just runs out of room. Graves trying to keep his toes in and can't hang on to it. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Warriors really able to open up the playbook because of the harsh weather conditions. 2 weeks ago, played that Friday rainy night on a really mud-soaked field at MCI, and then came back and play the regional Academy in a rainy, sleet, snow, wind-blown field. Pelletier in motion. They like that jet sweep. Fake it. Haining's getting some pressure back. Finds Pelletier out in the flat. Pelletier's got some room. Pelletier is pushed out of bounds. And that's a touchdown-saving tackle made by number 9, Liam Chisery. Huge gain on the play. Close to 30 yards on the play, and a big down in one play. Warriors march into Fryeburg Academy. Real estate. 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. I think Pelletier, one of those players, just speedy, really hasn't been able to unleash because of field conditions. For Chance Graves. Graves gets a handle on it, bobbles. Can't reel it in. Number 5, Knapp, there to break up the play. Chance Graves had a big touchdown reception with a 3rd and long versus Herman last weekend. Both Chance and Brock Graves are big-time players. When they touch the ball, usually great things happen. Of course, these early moments, an opponent you've never seen before, a little bit of feeling out to see, are we going to be able to handle these guys? Hand off to Castillo. Castillo bounces off one tackler, pushes forward for about 2 for the Fryeburg line, pushes a pile back. Looks like Buzzle in on the tackle. So it'll be 3rd and 9. First offensive possession for the Warriors. So saying at the start of the broadcast, kind of a key to a big game like this is you got to play clean football. Warriors able to generate 4 turnovers on the Hawks last weekend, but they had some penalties. It didn't cost them, but certainly came at untimely moments. Haining rolling to his right, looking for no play, finds it wide open. You're at the 20, dives forward. So it's a 1st down Warriors, gain of about 15. It'll be 1st down inside the red zone. Could hit 26 on the play. inside the 15-yard line. Haining doing a great job buying some time, rolling to the right. The D-backs for the Raiders are really trying to make sure those long balls to Chance and Brock Graves aren't completed, leaving some of the underneath guys, Pelletier, now Castillo, open. Haining. Hand off to Castillo. Castillo trying to turn the corner, runs out of room, but he'll pick up a couple. Castillo had a bit of an ankle injury in the regional game. I saw him around school this week with a boot on it, and I asked him, how serious? He said, it's preventative. No, it's just preventative. Said, he about as hard-nosed a player as they come, and he's not going to get out of this game. I think probably get out, but seems to be able to maneuver. Briggs in the backfield. Haining out to the flat to Pellet. To fly, turns the corner, heads for the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Warriors! Huge yard touchdown grab. And just like that, Nokomis is on board. Cade Kreider will come out to attempt the extra point. Field conditions have hampered. Kreider had a really successful season with the extra points, but some of the poor field conditions made it tough. It's up, and it splits the upright, so it's 7-0 Warriors. So one possession, and we're on the board. It's been the way the Warriors have rolled. They've started every playoff game this way with a first possession score. Kasari and McKinney back deep for the Raiders. Kreider set to kick it off. See if they go with that squib kick. Takes a nice hop for Fryeburg, right into the arms of the upfield receiver. So Fox kind of gets a fortuitous bounce right in his arms, able to run it back about 10 yards. So Fryeburg will have great field position for their first possession. And this is where we'll see the battle. Nokomis has been rock solid defensively on this playoff run. Really, other than a couple of big game plays, not allowing many points. Really nearly had Herman's talented offense shut out, other than one great run, 75-yard run from Garrett Trask. The Warriors had him shut out. Run up the middle, and it's just stuffed up by the Nokomis line. Calvin Southwick stays on his feet, but he line surge, give him a yard. Boyd on the stop. So really, don't know a thing about Fryeburg other than a quick chat I had with Coach Rogers saying similar teams, similar style. Oscar Saunders, quarterback. Little option, pitches it out wide. To number 20, Southwick. Southwick picks up about 5 or 6. It'll be third and a couple for the Raiders. Give him about 5 on the gain. It looks like it'll be 3rd and 4. So opportunity for the Warriors to come up defensively. Nokomis had some good defensive practice just from that first option play. It looks like Saunders likes to use his feet as a weapon, and so playing against Garrett Trask last week, good training for this defensive team. Little jet sweep, good pursuit. Richards nearly had the shoestring tackle to shut the drive down, but number 14, Bowles, able to stay on his feet. He's pushed out of bounds by Briggs. It's a gain of about 10 on the play, so it'll be a first down, Raiders. Raiders, their 3rd down attempt, keeps their first possession alive. First game, kind of a blowout. Fourth Academy really getting the best of Portland. This looks to be a tighter contest. Keeper by the quarterback, and he's hit right at the line and spun down. Saunders thought he saw a seam, but he's spun to the ground. Tucker with a nice play. Saunders joins the huddle with the play from the sideline. Head coach David Turner. Back in the shotgun. Saunders looks to make his first pass. Floats one over the middle. Briggs in great field position with the hand up. It's a nice pass to Knapp. Had a bead for him, but Briggs doing just enough to get his arm in. I think if Briggs turns his head around, he might be able to just step in and catch that ball. A bit underthrown. So it'll be 3rd and long here for the Raiders. Look at that. Sun kind of peeking out here in the late afternoon. Saunders back to throw again. Finds a man out in the flat. Great tackle by Brock Graves. I think number 14, Caleb Bowles, thought he was going to have some room to run after the catch, and Graves said, I don't think so. So it'll be 4th and 5 on the 30-yard line. Not sure. I know they had their field goal kicker warming up from quite a distance. This would be a pretty lengthy field goal for a high school player to attempt. It'd be a 47-yard field goal, so my guess is Fryeburg's going to go for it here. Early in the game, inside Nokomis territory, why not? Saunders rolls to his left. Little pitch out wide. And it's enough for a first down, and that was a great block by number 5, Dawson Jones. Chance Graves just couldn't get around the block, and it was key because otherwise Graves is going to drop that play short of the first down. Or Fryeburg picks up, give them 7, and it's enough to keep their drive alive. $7:19 to go, first quarter, 7-0 Nokomis. Saunders hands it off. Southwick looking for someplace to go and sort of just dives into the line, give him a yard or two. It's been a tough line. Phoenix Hatch, James Tucker, James Boyd, Andy Hopkins has done a great job all season long on this defensive line. Saunders keeps it himself. Tucker again grabs a hold of him. Saunders is going to pick up about 5. It'll be 3rd and a couple. And again, obviously Fryeburg went for it at the 30-yard line. They're definitely not able to get the 2 here. I'm sure it would be 2-down territory. So the Raiders come out and answer with a solid drive, kind of beneficiary of kind of a, fortunate or fortuitous bounce off that squib kickoff. I think we get a timeout, Nokomis. Coach Rogers doesn't like what he sees and says, let's call timeout. So the Nokomis defense find themselves backed up deep in their own end, trying to stave off this Raider attack. 3rd and 2. Saunders takes off with it. Nice job by Richards getting a handle on him. We'll see where the spot is. Looks like it initially be a little bit short of the first down. Yeah, and it's really just, if you can see those hash marks, the back nose of the football is on the 14-yard line, and they've got to get to just not quite to the 13-yard line. So really, just a couple of feet. It's 4th and 2 feet. See if that line can stiffen up here. It's like a power formation for Fryeburg, and Saunders has hit at the line, but give the Fryeburg line credit, as that second surge, I think, is what did it. Otherwise, Saunders was stopped short of the first down mark, but that second surge just gave that extra couple of feet that made the difference to push the ball over the 13-yard line. It's spotted right at the 12-yard line. Fryeburg's with a couple of 4th down conversions here. Looking to answer the Nokomis score. Pitch out wide. Nice inside cut move. Calvin Southwick with a great cutback move, able to scamper into the end zone on a 12-yard carry. So Fryeburg answers. We'll see if the Raiders opt for the point after kick or if they'll go for tuna. It looks like T is being spotted. Eddie Thurston will do the honors, and it doesn't look like that's got enough under it, so the missed PAT is going to keep the Warriors ahead by a single point. So a little bit of a cheer from the Nokomis side to say after each team's had an offensive possession and both have been able to score a touchdown, Warriors with a 1-point lead. Tucker to kick off again. He'll opt for the squig kick. Graves scoops it up. Starts heading left, cuts back to his right. He's hit just over the 30-yard line. So Warriors will start their second drive in about the same spot as the first, couple yards short of it. Graves with a 12-yard return, and Graves is one of those players that gets out in the open field. He's off to the races, a speedy player. Warriors come to the line. Pelletier fakes the jet sweep. Haining dodges a couple of tacklers, but he can't get by. Number 70, looks like 72, 73, Fry. Haining able to get back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a half a yard short of that. Raiders able to get some penetration into the backfield. Haining on not a ton of time. Inside handoff right to Castillo. Boy, he's hit hard, but just drives forward. Will pick up about 3. It'll be 3rd and 7. Check that. I think that was Wilson on the carry. Nokomis had a couple of 3rd and longs in the first drive, able to connect with some dump-off passes for big gains. See if this line can give Haining enough time to connect with a receiver. Flings it out to Pelletier. Pelletier with a cutback move, and he's going to be stopped short of the first down, only a gain of about 3 or 4. So it'll be 4th and 3. Ball spotted on the Nokomis 40-yard line, so Haining will do the punting honors for the Warriors. Raiders, after their score, are able to get a 3 and out. Knapp back deep for the Raiders. Haining just comes off the side of his foot. Just a rough punt. Almost not worth the kick. Net of only about Boy, that official, you want him to just stop. He's like that little mountain man on Price is Right. He just keeps going up and up. So, yeah, whew, that's tough. Just a net of 10 yards on the punt. So, Fryeburg's had great field position in their offensive possessions. So, they were able to score their first possession. Defensively, got a 3-and-out stop. Let's see if Nokomis can return the favor. Knapp in motion. Saunders hands it off to him. He cuts back. He's going to pick up about 5. Nice first yard gain. Quentin Richards gets the stop. Two minutes to go. First quarter, 7-6 Nokomis lead. Fryeburg back into Nokomis territory. Saunders with the keeper, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage and pushed back. I think that may have been Richards. Richards and Wilson in on it. So it'll be 3rd and 4. See what the Warriors can dial up defensively. Run game starting to get a little momentum for Fryeburg. They were able to convert a couple of big 4th down plays in their first drive. Cutback move. Great read by Quentin Richards. It's a gain of 2. Bowles on the carry. And let's see what Coach Turner decides with a 4th and 2. They've been able to get positive yardage on nearly every play. I don't think they've been on a loss. It looks like they're going to punt it away here. At least they're showing punt. Pelletier and Graves back deep, and I think we're going to have actually another Nokomis timeout. So Warriors and not putting anyone back deep. I think they're going to play it safe here. The punt's away. See if we can get a Nokomis bounce, and it can go into the end zone. One more bounce. Phew! Wow, that was nearly a fantastic punt by Fryeburg. It was just one little bounce from being just dead stopped right on the 1-foot line. With the touchback, the ball will come out to the 20. So Warriors with 27.3 in the first quarter. We'll send the offense back out on the field, see if they can get a little bit rolling here, kind of shut out on their second possession. Whew, that was a heck of a punt. That was number 3, Nathan Knapp. So Fryeburg, at least in the early going, had the advantage of just starting field position, able to flip kind of the field a bit on Nokomis here, pinned in deep. A little screen play. Fryeburg reads it fairly well, and that's a nice catch by Castillo. Pass a little bit behind him. He gets a gain of about 4, close to 5 yards. Should be the last play of the first quarter. The Warriors let it tick down. They'll head to the sideline to get some instructions from Coach Rogers. We'll swap ends of the field and come back in a second for the second quarter. First play of the second quarter. Second down play. Haining drops back to pass. He's got great, or Pelletier. Oh, wow! What a defensive play by number 3, Nathan Knapp. Just dives and tips the ball. If he doesn't get a piece of that, Pelletier is gone. That was a heck of a play. Warriors are going for the big play, and if it wasn't for just a stellar defensive play, we've got 6 more on the board. Now Nokomis finds himself 3rd and 5. deep in their own end. Key first down here. Nokomis at least wants to get a couple of first downs here to get out of this pattern of Fryeburg having great field position and us being deep in our own end. Ooh, almost a face mask, but Haining can't get away from number 51. Gets the sack, so it'll be 4th down, but loss forces Nokomis to punt, and Haining started the year doing the kicking. He's got ankle injury at Herman, and Pelletier took over. But once Haining got back 100%, returned to his punting duties and had been doing very well, but struggled a bit at Herman. And first punt today was not. So Fryeburg will take a timeout. Maybe they talk about coming. Haining back inside the 10 to punt. Fryeburg comes after it. Fair catch, signal for. And Knapp hauls it in. And again, great field position for the Raiders. They'll start at the Nokomis 46-yard line. So this will be key here for Nokomis to get a quick defensive stop and see if they can get the ball and to try to change the field position a bit. Can almost feel it. It's just like a nagging cold you can't get rid of when you get stuck battling the tilt to the field position. That's what Nokomis has found themselves since that first possession when they marched down the field. But still, a 1-point lead for Nokomis, 7-6. Saunders back to throw, rolls to his right, hit his nose. Ball's incomplete. No gain on the play. Fryeburg's had some running, but be looking to catch Nokomis a little bit hard and go for the deep ball. Tucker in on the pressure. This is where I'd like to get a good stop here, and so in addition to field position, change that down in distance. See if Fryeburg in a long down situation. Saunders tries a little pass out to the flat. Briggs got a jersey full but couldn't hang on to Knapp. Briggs nearly had Knapp for a pass. There's a flag on the play, and that's usually it's a block in the back or some sort of hold. As Nokomis had that play, they read the beautifully, but just couldn't execute the tackle. And perhaps because they had a little assistance. Yeah, and it looks like an illegal block or block in the back. So first kind of negative yardage play for Fryeburg, even if it comes to penalty. I don't think we had in the first quarter. Did we, Matt? Yeah, as opposed to the Portland Thornton Academy game on the way down, and it sounded like almost every play there was a flag. Like 2-3 plays would have a flag. So like that, Fryeburg backed up to their own 40-yard line, and they've got to get all the way inside the Nokomis 40-yard line. So about it's 2nd and 22. Saunders is going to float one out. Hits number 14 underneath. Bowles, low ball, so Bowles has got to go to his knees to catch it. He picks up about 8 on the play, but it's still going to make for a long 3rd down. Still ball not even back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 16, so he has an opportunity for Nokomis that we're talking about to change that field position. It's a place where Fryeburg might be looking to stretch for a little more here, and they've got to be careful because this Warrior defensive team has got a great hands crew. They strip the ball, they intercept the ball, they find a way to make turnovers happen. Saunders with plenty of time, drops it just like that. Brooks almost with the interception as it was a bit behind number 45, Harriman. The ball was just sitting in the air. Brooks couldn't cut back enough to grab it, but could have been a very disastrous play for Fryeburg. Knapp will drop back to punt. And Nokomis has played several punts when it's maybe a play a team might go for it. They've been very cautious with the punt team and haven't had players back, but they do this time. Chance Graves is going to field it. Whew, nearly falls through the breadbasket, and it's going to be a block in the back on Briggs. So, again, Nokomis is going to be backed up. Maybe had the opportunity to start just outside of the 20. They're going to be backed up in their own end. Again, mental mistakes. I think Graves trying to make something big happen there, cut and kind of got his teammate. It's almost like a two-person foul there. When you anticipate your teammate running ahead and they cut back, you're probably not in the greatest position to block, and so you get a block in the back. I think in this end of the field, you want to just really focus on going north and south. You just go north and south. The reward's not worth the risk. So Nokomis with under 10 to go in the first half find themselves inside their own 10-yard line. So that's the downside. On the upside, tremendous opportunity to have a great drive. Empty backfield. Looks to pass to his right. He's going to keep it. Little stutter step move. Nice gain on the play. Picks up about. Boy, Haining had a really great keeper at the end of the regional championship. We'd stopped our telecast. And it was in that situation we just needed to, with a one-score game, you don't want to give Herman the ball back. You can sense, they're playing with desperation, and we get a good first down. It's second and short, lose 10 yards, and on a third and long, I see James Boyd come around the corner to block for Haining, who gets enough for a first down to run out the clock. So it looks like Wilson maybe on the carry, just dives into the pile. I think he'll be close to a first down. It'll depend on the spot. This would be an important first down for Nokomis to just work that ball out of the deep end of the field. Boy, and they've put the down marker right at the first down marker. Surprised they're not measuring. So let's see, Nokomis Haining tried a quick snap, quarterback sneak. And that should be enough for a first down. Really looked like just needed about 6 inches. And there it is, a first down signal. Huge first down for the Warriors. Still not out of trouble as the ball's just inside the 20-yard line. So Nokomis definitely has got to put together a couple of first downs. You want to be thinking of that too. Fryeburg will get the ball back to start. If you can really chew up the clock, maybe get some more points on the board. And keep that ball away from this Raider offense. Haining shows pass and hands it off. Castillo nowhere to go. He's going to maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. All over that play. Fryeburg crowd trying to urge their defense on. Haining back to pass. He's pressured from behind, takes off running. He heads to the sideline, pushed out of bounds. He's going to pick up a couple. It'll be 3rd and 8. So you get the sense as Fryeburg defense is starting to figure out and get a good jump on Nokomis as Warriors. A little bit of tough sledding offensively. But you say that, is still Fryeburg can't get confident. Nearly had a huge gainer to Pelletier. Chance and Brock Graves are always a threat. There's Chance just over his head. Just a bit long. So it's going to be a first down, and Nokomis again going to have to punt deep from their own end. 7:21 first half. Fryeburg's going to get the ball back, likely in good field position. Knapp will hang out right around the 45-yard line. Heining's pressured but gets the punt away. See if Nokomis gets a good bounce. I think, yeah, I'm not sure why. Who's that? Number 34, Darius, the underclassman, a little bit excited. I'd like to see him let that ball bounce. It had a pretty good hop going. You don't want to, particularly, and I think that's part inexperience of knowing on a turf field, too. The ball is going to bounce, not like a grass field this time of year where the ball just sort of dies. I think players get in and get a little eager. Saunders with an empty backfield. 14 goes in motion, nearly collision at the handoff. Bowles stays on his feet. A healthy gain on the play. Just kind of kept running laterally, and was able to turn the corner, the gain of about 17. So a big gain pushes the ball into Nokomis territory. Ball just outside the Warrior 31-yard line. Really a nice job by Bowles as Bowles and Saunders kind of bump each other on the jet sweep. Bowles able to hang on to the ball and get a great first down run. Same formation, Knapp in motion this time. Saunders with the keeper right up the middle. It's close to a first down. Boyd on the tackle. It is a first down. So Fryeburg on the move here. Nokomis side needing a big defensive play. Got a little help on the last series with a big penalty. I think you can see Fryeburg getting a bit of confidence with their offense. That's going to be something. I think we're going to get timeout. Yeah, looked like kind of a messed up formation. Coach Turner calls for the timeout. Warrior defense being called to answer. Fryeburg on the move. Saunders with the keeper again up the middle. He's cut down. Boyd and Richards on the stop. Gain of 5. Now, short field situation. Defense, see if the Warrior line can stiffen up. Fryeburg run attack, having success, getting positive yards. Saunders will go for the empty backfield. Little jet sweep in motion. They've run that a few times to success. Oh, that's just a tough call there. Just got to let go sooner. Runner clearly out of bounds. Richards just hangs on too long. And he's going to get called for the personal foul. Late hits, it'll move the ball half the distance to the goal. So it'll be first and goal, Fryeburg. That's tough as it was going to be stopped short of the first down, but definitely going to play a clean game. And I think sometimes, too, it's difficult. You know, it's not an excuse, but you almost, when you play on a turf field, there are lots of sets of lines on the field. There are soccer lines, lacrosse lines, field hockey lines, football lines. And I honestly think sometimes when you're foreign to that, it does. Like, you know, you're running and you see this red line right in front of you, but you're already 5 yards out of bounds. Ball just outside the 5 yard line. Saunders Hand off to number 20. He stops. Southwick. He's going to yard or two. So it'll be second and goal from the 4. 5 to go in the half. Nokomis still on top, 7-6. Fryeburg threatening. Saunders into the end zone. Saw the lane to the left and just scooted through to put his Fryeburg Academy Raiders on top. It's 12-7. See if Fryeburg opts to go with a 2-point conversion here. I think the way they're moving the ball on the ground, why not? They sort of have Nokomis on their heels right now. It looks like Turner is going to opt to send his team out for a 2-point conversion to see if they can give themselves a 7-point edge on the Warriors. He has to have the ball on the far hash mark. And Fryeburg is going to take a timeout. Yeah, we better not kick that. Fryeburg looking to push their lead to a 14-7. Saunders back to throw. This pass is broken up. No good, so it'll stay at 12-7. Game. Fryeburg takes the lead with 4:42 to go in the first half. Warriors in much need of a little offensive momentum. Tucker set to kick it off. Line drives it up the middle of the field. Ricochets off Graves. He picks it up off the turf. Trying to make a cutback move. Spins away. Stays on his feet. Trying to make something happen. Fights it back to the 26-yard line. Warriors in much need of a drive here just to keep the D off the field for a bit. Although many of the players are two-way players. They're well-conditioned into playing the whole game. But I think just a bit of a momentum swing. Fryeburg has had a couple of successful drives. Nokomis offensively stalled out a bit. So this is where you want to build some momentum and opportunity to score and take the lead. Hand off to Castillo, and he's met right at the line of scrimmage. Boy, that Fryeburg line is just pushing the Warrior line back. There's no room to operate. I mean, that's that play they don't call very often, is that screen pass play. Boy, I'd like to see it work right here. I think Fryeburg is just sensing that they're going to get a big play in the backfield and maybe catch them with a little over pursuit. Nokomis has had a couple of close shots at deep ball plays. There we go. Throws it over the middle to Castillo. Castillo trying to dive away from one player. He's going to gain about 6 or 7 on the play. Make this a more manageable third down. This will be 3rd and 4. I think there's some room for those little underneath pass plays. Work them effectively in the first possession. It's almost, when people watch the Patriots, what they do, those little passes out in the flat or underneath passes that almost in effect kind of a pseudo run when nothing's happening out of the backfield. Haining back to pass. Just behind Graves, and it was there too. Graves just sliding over the middle, and Haining has got 2 guys running right at him, just throws the pass behind. Chance Graves, who can't pull it in, so it'll be another 3 and out offensively. Warriors with a little bit more room to punt, but it's still going to be great field position. So with 3:03 to go, this defense has got to come up with a big stop and try to stem the momentum. Nice punt by Haining, drives it back, gets a decent bounce. That's a great punt by Haining, pushes it all the way back to the Fryeburg 24-yard line, and that's maybe just what we needed to get a little momentum still with a quick 3 and out here. Nokomis potentially could get the ball back. And this is as deep on the field as Fryeburg, deep back as Fryeburg has had to start. They've had fantastic starting field position. It's not tough to score when you only have to go half the field or less. So let's see how they do backed up a bit in their own end. See if this Nokomis defense can rally here, maybe get a big play. Knapp on the sweep. And there you go. Great play by Jay Brooks. Going to cut Knapp down right at the line of scrimmage. I think Nokomis has burned all of their timeouts. They might have one left, 2.5 to go. Fryeburg content, kind of chewing the clock here. They don't really want to give the ball back to Nokomis. I think if they don't see much yardage on this play, we'll see the Warriors maybe call a timeout, see if they can get the ball back and run a couple of plays. Knapp in motion, fakes the handoff, little misdirection play. Handoff's up the middle, gain of about 3. It'll be 3rd and 7. Nice tackle by Tucker. Chance for a stop here for Nokomis. Warriors could get the ball back and have a chance to get a few plays off. Fryeburg doing a great job kind of squeezing the clock. Saunders rolls to his left. Warriors, that's going to be super close to a first down. Richards nearly had the play just in the backfield, couldn't get a grab. And this is all going to depend on the spot. From our angle, it looks like it's about 6 inches short. So it's going to be 4th and short with 1 minute remaining and counting. I don't know if Nokomis is just out of timeouts or Coach Rogers is just going to say let it roll. And down to 40 seconds. Knapp kicks it away, and Nokomis doesn't bother playing it. So the ball will just kind of roll. Kind of surprised we don't put at least one person back to potentially feel that. You get a decent run. You're up to the 50 with 27 seconds to go, and maybe you got a shot. We'll see what Nokomis does offensively, if they opt to go for a couple plays or just take a knee and call it a half. So it's been a tight game on the scoreboard, but it definitely felt, Matt, after that initial drive. Warriors cooled off a bit, and Fryeburg got into a nice rhythm. But I think a little proof about field position there, as Nokomis was able to shut down Fryeburg 3 and out when they pushed back. You're a little bit more cautious with your play calling when you're deep in your own end. But a nice punt by Knapp pushes the Warriors back. Looks like they're probably going to go cautious here. Oh, no, Haining rolls to his right. And he unleashes one. And it's way over the head of Brock Graves. I think Fryeburg playing for that deep ball. Let's see if they try it again. I like handoff to Castidio, and again, there's just nothing doing in the middle of that line. Nokomis has tried a few times to attack the middle of the line, and that should be the half right there. So the clock winds under 10, and Nokomis heads to the sideline. So your state championship game is a close one at halftime. Fryeburg Academy 12, Nokomis 7. We'll return for second half action in just a moment. Getting set to kick off the second half. Fryeburg Academy Raiders will receive. They won the toss to start the game and deferred to the second half. It's a tight one in this Class C state game, 12-7 Fryeburg. Cade Kreider set to kick it off. And Warriors will stick with that squig kick, and it hasn't paid off today for them. So bounce has kind of bounced right up into Fryeburg's hand. A pretty good coverage on that one, though, so they'll down the ball at about the 37-yard line, where the Raiders will start the second half with their first offensive possession. Warriors came out strong on their first possession on the field and scored, and then really cooled off after that. Almost a tentativeness in their play. A large part just field possession in the first half. Field was definitely tilted in favor of Fryeburg. Fryeburg, great field position, field starting position. I think late in the first half, got pushed back deep, and Nokomis able to get him for a 3-and-out, but not enough time left in the half for the Warriors to do much with it. See how they do here as the daylight's fading. Bowles with a nice carry. Gets close to a first down. Swings it out left. Griffith on the tackle. It'll be second and short. Saunders with the keeper. He's hit the backfield. Boyd and Wilson have him wrapped up, but forward progress looks like it's going to be just enough for a first down. They may measure, and they call it a first down. It was a great play on second and short, but really you almost had to be nearly perfect. Warriors have really had difficulty getting into the backfield on this Fryeburg offensive attack. And I think that's the sort of defensive play you need on a first down to really keep that down and distance in your favor defensively. Saunders hands it off. Bowles running to the right. Boy, and that's going to be close. Again, kind of fell down right in front of the Nokomis bench. Had a penalty late in the half on Nokomis for a hit out of bounds that cost them some yardage. Solid gain on first down. Will be second and 5. I think Fryeburg's offensive attack definitely has the Warriors a bit off balance defensively. They've had some good misdirection. Quarterback Saunders doing a great job directing the play. Nice read by Briggs, and there Nokomis defensively finally gets the negative yardage play they've been looking for, as Calvin Southwick had nowhere to go. I think Bo Briggs was the first to get a handful of jersey. Briggs did that a couple of times in the first half. Was in the right place at the right time, but only could get not enough of a jersey to complete the tackle. So Fryeburg goes from second and 5 to about third and 7, loss of 2 on the play. So an opportunity here for Nokomis to shut down this Raider drive. Saunders with the keeper flips it out to Bowles, and Bowles is hit right about at the line of scrimmage, and he's driven back. That's definitely going to be a 4th and long for Fryeburg. So defensively, Nokomis comes out ready to play. And some of that tentativeness we've seen go away in this first defensive series for the Warriors, just kind of going after it. Warriors down less than a touchdown, 5-point game, punts away. Knapp with a good boot. It's going to go right to Pelletier. Pelletier feels it. He's going to come to the right. He's got some room. Trying to turn the corner. Little stutter step move. He's ridden out of bounds by Kasari. But still a tough field position. Nokomis has not had great starting field position in this contest. But he has an opportunity. They get great start by the defense, and let's see if the offense can answer. Ball spotted at the 27. Hayden comes under center. Little play action. He's immediately chased in the backfield. Looking upfield. Flips it into the Fryeburg line. And Hayden got burned on a intentional grounding call. He definitely, and I don't know, from our angle, looked like he was well out of the tackle box. It was close enough to receiver, but I think he was definitely wanted to be sure of that today, and this would be a really bad spot in the field to get an intentional grounding. Number 8, Eli Mahan has done a great job pressuring. He's been in Haning's face all afternoon. Haning will try rolling to his left, sets his feet, flips it out to Brock Graves, hauls it in. It'll be a gain of about 5 on the play, so it'll be 3rd and 4. Make it a long 5, or a long 4, or make it, let's just call it 3rd and 5. I think for consistency, those little short underneath passes have been the most productive for the Nokomis offense today. Run game has been just stuffed right at the line. Haning's taken a couple of deep shots. Really, best one was to Pelletier, and if it wasn't for a phenomenal defensive play by Knapp, Warriors might be ahead on this one. Fake to, ball's loose. Haning picks it up. Wow. Castidio was just drilled in the backfield on the pitch. Reese Neisler nearly came up with a huge turnover for the Raiders. Haning picks it up. I don't know if Haning maybe tried to forward pass or shovel that ball, because I don't think he got back to that line of scrimmage, but maybe he did. So Haning be a 3-and-out for Nokomis. Haning gets a nice punt away, drives Knapp back. Brooks, nice job grabbing it as it takes a Fryeburg bounce back. So Fryeburg will start at their own 33-yard line. Huh? Yeah. Saunders rolls to his left. Finds Knapp open. Oh, the ball stripped by Wilson. The Warriors have it, a huge turnover. Knapp with a great catch, spun to the middle to pick up more yards, and it was just ripped away from him. David Wilson comes up with the ball. I'm not sure if he was the player that ripped it away. It just popped in the air, and he snagged it. Of course, Wilson had that huge play at MCI where it looked like the Warriors had their field goal attempt blocked. Wilson picked it up and ran it into the end zone, and the senior comes up huge. So first turnover of the game goes to the Warriors. Let's see if Nokomis can capitalize on this. And that's just the jump in the step that Nokomis crowd needed. You can hear the roar from the far side of the field. Pelletier on the sweep. Cuts to his left, trying to keep his feet under him. Turns the corner, dives towards the sideline. He'll be short of the first down by a couple, but a healthy first down gain. I think if Pelletier didn't stumble there, he may have been able to turn the corner and be off to the races. And I think, he's been, as I mentioned earlier, he's been a little bit frustrated. Field conditions really haven't allowed him to get his motor in high gear. But when he gets into the open field, boy, he can fly. Handoff up the middle to Wilson. He surges forward, should be enough for a first down. So the Warriors getting a little momentum here. The crowd roars. I think it got a little bit quiet towards the end of the first half on that Nokomis side of the field. I think the turnover just put a surge of momentum into this team. Haining rolls to his right. He's got a little bit of time, flips it over the middle to Wilson, and it's almost picked off. It's a nice defensive play by Southwick right in the middle. Broke it up and nearly stepped in front for a pick. That's probably about the most time Haining's had all day to get rid of the ball. Jet sweep again to Pelletier. Pelletier turns upfield. He's met by, I think that's Kasari on the tackle. Gain of 3. This might be an interesting, if Warriors aren't able to get the first down here, an interesting call for Coach Jake Rogers. This is within a range. Cade Kreider could attempt a field goal. With just that 5-point margin, a field goal keeps you within, a potential go-ahead field goal later in the game. I think a lot's going to depend on where we get, if we get a first down or how close to a first down. Oh, and that's just bad news all around. As Haining sacked as a flag on a play, it's likely holding. And it is, so my guess is Fryeburg may be curious to see if Fryeburg accepts this penalty or forces the fourth down here on the sack, because I think that sack would be enough to be out of field goal range. And they do. They decline the field goal. Decline the penalty. So the ball's result of the play is a sack back to the 29-yard line. So it'll be 4th and about 16. Excuse me. Yeah, 4th down. So Warriors are just going to go for it here. This is at, looks like a similar position on the field where Haining hit Graves in the back of the end zone. Trying to loft it to the corner. Pelletier gets there. Just can't pull it in. He's got a trio of defenders around him, so the ball will turn over on downs. So after the turnover, the Fryeburg Academy Raiders come up with a defensive stand. So Nokomis gets the turnover, but they're not able to generate it into points, and a costly sack penalty. Either way, they declined the penalty. Either way, it was going to be a loss on that play. It just pushed it out of that range of being interesting. 7:16 to go in the third quarter. Still a one-score game. Southwick with a carry. Attacks the middle of the line. Gain of close to 5. Make it 2nd and 5. Bowles in motion. Southwick with the carry, and his, although Nokomis ends up pushing the play way back, that forward progress is going to be enough for a first down. I think the Fryeburg crowd a little frustrated, thinking that was a little, but the carry was enough on the first surge. Jet sweep to the left. Griffith with a great read on it. Stays in his lane and makes the stop. Ball carry is going to get a couple. Looks like Bowles on the carry. Gain of 1. With each defensive possession here, Nokomis starting to get a better read and a better jump on the play calling. Some of these carries that were consistently getting 5 or 6 yards and now starting to get stuffed up at the line or gain a 1 or 2. When Nokomis has been able to push Fryeburg in a long down a distance, they've had good success. Little fake handoff. Saunders keeps it. He's going to be tackled just over the 45-yard line, so it'll leave him about 3rd and 4. Saunders done a really nice job from his quarterback position today. Here, a big defensive roar coming from the far side of the field. See if the worst. Oh, and there's a little jump. Should be a flag on a play. So Warriors are going to get a bonus 5 here as the Raiders jump. See if the penalty costs them. It certainly makes this a different play call to go from 3rd and 3 to 3rd and 8. Ball's pushed back to the Fryeburg 41-yard line. They need to get to the 50-yard line. Saunders rolls to his right. Throw on the move. He hits Knapp. Knapp hangs on to it. That's a heck of a first down catch. Nathan Knapp, the senior, has made a number of critical plays today on both sides of the ball. He took a shot and was able to hang on to that ball. Ball spotted at the Nokomis 47-yard line. New set of downs for the Raiders. So the false start penalty erased with that first down catch. Saunders keeps it. The line pushes forward close to 5 yards. So those are the plays that just grind you down, where the line can just surge forward. Don't need any kind of misdirection or exceptional play. It's just raw power. .320 to go, third quarter. Saunders pump fakes, finds Knapp. Oh, wide open. Knapp got behind Brooks. Saunders hits him in stride. And for all the great plays Knapp has made today, he knew how open he was. And just ball slipped through his fingers. Almost could feel the air suck from the field as the Warrior crowd gasped. So that looked like a short touchdown. There's definitely plenty of football to play, but if you're Nokomis, you don't want to be in that position where you're playing behind 2 scores. Offensive yards have been tough to come by. So it's a 3rd and 5. Saunders pitches to the left. Good pursuit by Nokomis. Bowles is going to be short about 2 yards. Richards on the tackle. And it looks like Fryeburg's Knapp is dropping back in punt position. Again, with the success Fryeburg's had running the ball. See what kind of a gambler Coach David Turner is, but he sends his team here. At least initially looks like a punt. Nokomis, when a punt goes off the side of the foot of Knapp, and it's going to be out of bounds right around the 27-yard line. Oh, make it 28. Whoa. Give us a few more. Wow, that's a rough punt. It's only going to net 10 yards. So when you coach Turner, you think, geez, if I would have known that was going to happen, I probably would have went for it. So Nokomis gets a lucky break on the kind of punt that slices off the side of Knapp's foot. Hopkins breaks the huddle, heads over center. Haining, little pass out in the flat to Pelletier. Pelletier catches it on the fly. He's hit almost immediately, but it still picks up 3. I like that play call, but I'd like to see that play. You know, that you like to have Chance and Brock Graves. They're both big, rugged, athletic players blocking. Maybe the defense can lose Pelletier behind him, but I'd like to see Brock or Chance catch that ball up the flat. See what the bigger athletic guy can do with a little bit of room. Nokomis finding it tough sledding with the run game. Ball slipped out to Castillo, and again, Fryeburg all over that. And Castillo is going to lose 3 as the ball goes back to the original line of scrimmage. So, I've talked about the screenplay as being effective, but Fryeburg had that one read right from the get-go. So it's 3rd and long for the Warriors from their own 30. So you haven't seen the Warriors do much of trick play action, but I wonder if Coach Rogers has got one up his sleeve he's holding on to for a key moment. Haining's going to scramble with it, tries to stay in bounds. He's going to be close to a 1st down. Depends on where he gets pushed out of bounds. It looks like he's going to be just shy. You need to get on the other side of the 40. It looks like he's spotted at the 39-yard line. So it's a nice scramble by Haining, but unfortunately, just a yard shy. Looks like the punt team comes in. Again, we talked about maybe a trick play. Is this a play where with Haining back there as your punter, you try something a little different, or with just a 1-score deficit, still in the 3rd quarter, play it safe. Looks like Haining's going to punt it away. Lines it. Knapp picks it up on the big hop. He splits the defenders. And he's tackled about the 40, where Fryeburg will take over 1st and 10 from their own 41. Boy, as this clock ticks, you can feel the tension. I think Fryeburg offensively, a little combination of Nokomis has picked the intensity up on the defensive side of the ball, but the turnover early, you get a little bit tight. It's a one-score game. That's one play away from the lead flipping. Saunders is hitting the backfield, and he's going to be dropped for a loss. Hopkins able to wrap him up. That's the kind of energy Nokomis needs, this negative plays to really force Fryeburg to open up their playbook, maybe to get out of their comfort zone a little bit. Saunders has had success running the option, the jet sweeps. They're able to pick up 4 or 5 yards a pop, but when you get a loss on that first down, it maybe changes what you're thinking you want to do. Saunders with a pitch out to the left. Chance Graves had a shot deep in the backfield, but still upended. Richards drops him, so it'll be 3rd and long. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. We're still 12-7, Raiders on top. Well, here we go, the final quarter, at least in regulation play. Saunders with 3rd and long, back to pass, and it's picked off by Richards! Warriors with their 2nd interception of the game. Or actually, first one was probably a fumble off the reception, but Quentin Richards comes up huge. Picks it off and returns it to the Fryeburg 45-yard line. And let's see if this is the boost the Warriors need to get rolling. Just as the teams came out, just had that feel. I like our team going this direction. I don't know why, but I feel like it's our way. So again, this Nokomis defense has been huge throughout this playoff run. Now let's see if the offense can feed off that momentum. Haining back to pass, and he's pressured. He dances around, fakes the pass, pulls it down, finds Castillo open. Castillo upended over the 30-yard line, so if it's a gain of 17 on 1st down, and the Warrior faithful come to their feet. And you just feel it, like we've just got some momentum that we haven't tapped into yet. It's a big moment for these players. Regional championship, actually winning any playoff game is a program high, a relatively young program. Warriors started out thrashing Madomic, a tough win in the Mud Bowl at MCI, Snow Bowl against Herman, and here they are down in Portland. Ooh, that's when Haining's got to read and see that that defender is there and got the read and just launch it over the receiver's head. I wanted him to channel his inner Tom Brady. That's one of the things Tom Brady does. And some people say, oh, Brady's off. No, Brady sees the play's going to go for a loss and throws the ball away. I almost think a little misdirection play. I think Fryeburg was planning on that misdirection. Haining had a ton of room to his left. But, of course, you get the play. You know, you're asking a lot out of a high school player to make a read like a Hall of Fame NFL player. I do realize that. Haining evades the initial pressure, puts his head down, he keeps running. Haining, the face of getting sacked, gains about 8 on the play. So it'll be 3rd and 7. So gets about half of the yardage back to make it a little bit more manageable. It's definitely 2-down territory, but again, I think even if Nokomis would be we talked about this kind of the last time they were down that end of the field, and of course got the sack and the penalty, and it was a mess. So it's where Nokomis had a bit of trouble against Herman too, right in that 25, 30-yard range with 3rd downs. Let's see if they can convert here. Haining rolls to his right, looking for a receiver. Stays on his feet, dives for the 1st down marker, and he's going to be close. Unless his foot stepped out of bounds. I see a field side judge over there. It looks like he's going to be well short of that. I think if Hayden initially would have just went for it, he was busy looking downfield, and there was no one in front of him, but he still picks up a couple. So it'll be a 4th and 4. And the Warriors obviously will go for it here, just a bit long for Cade Kreider's field goal range. Would make that a 39-yard field goal. I think really would need to be about 5 yards closer to make that a viable field goal attempt. So big 4th down here for Nokomis. Haney kind of just gets caught in no man's land dancing around. I think on that short side of the field. On it 3 times, Nokomis trying to go to that right side to overload and just gets shut out 3 times. So a promising defensive turnover comes up dry on the offensive side of the ball. 10.5 to go. 4th quarter, 12-7, Fryeburg on top, and they're on tap offensively. Let's see if this Warrior D can answer the call once again. Forced 2 turnovers this half and haven't been able to translate it into points. Ball's carried up the middle by Southwick. Gain of about 8 on 1st down. And I'd be surprised with the way it's been going if Coach David Turner opts to put it in the air again. I think if he does, this Warrior defense might just be the answer to get the points on the board. Handoff up the middle. Gain of about 8, and it'll be a 1st down. Southwick bursts through a big hole in the middle of the line. Fresh set of downs for the Raiders. The Fryeburg Academy faithful get to their feet and make some noise. These 1st downs are key for both teams. When Nokomis has been able to shut it down, they generally can get to the punt or the 4th down. Southwick again hits the hole, keeps his legs driving. He's going to pick up a couple. When Nokomis is able to keep it to a more modest gain, so it's 2nd and long, they definitely fare a bit better. Oscar Saunders has had a nice game, but with the 2 picks in the 2nd half, certainly, you wonder if that gets in a player's head. Fryeburg lost their 1st game of the season, and that was it. Nokomis with a nice read. Richards gets a hand on the runner in the backfield. Can't drop him in the backfield, but enough to slow him up so his teammates can finish up with the tackle. So it's a gain about back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd and 8. This Nokomis D is doing everything in their power. I think the one thing they haven't done, which I would be okay if they did, is to get some defensive points. 8 minutes left to go. Big 3rd down on both sides of the ball. Saunders with the keeper attacks the middle of the line, and he's only going to get a couple. It's going to be 4th and 5. Ball spotted at the Fryeburg 40. I would assume this is a definite punt situation. This is where you got to be careful, too, if you're Nokomis. They did this a couple times versus Herman. Defensively jumped. And those 5-yard penalties kept Herman's drive alive. And Warriors have been, both teams really have been pretty clean today. Very few penalties. Snaps away. Ball bounces towards the sideline and out of bounds. Looks like right at the 30-yard line. So with 7:10 to go, plenty of clock for Nokomis to put together a solid drive. Absolutely, you've got to get some first downs, though. They can't be in a situation they were in the second quarter where they're playing that field position battle. Both coaches are pretty liberal using their timeouts first half, but as you might guess, pretty conservative. With a one-score game, clock management will probably become a factor. Pelletier with the jet sweep, and he's surrounded, and he's kind of pushed back. He's probably going to lose a yard or two. I won't be surprised to see if Nokomis looks to stretch the field a little bit. Hanning's tried a number of underneath passes or out in the flat. See if they can get Graves upfield. Does. Launches it for Chance Graves. Is there. Graves has it. Oh, it's intercepted. Chance Graves looks like he had it. I think Knapp ripped it away from him as they fell to the ground. Oh, what looked like a huge play for Nokomis. Ends up a turnover. The reality is probably wouldn't have converted on a first, may not have made a first down, so at least they've pushed Fryeburg back, but it looked like Graves had it as they went to the ground, and Knapp, just another huge defensive play. Had that tip early on the deep pass to Pelletier that looked like it was going to go for 6. Able to break it up, and now gets the first turnover for his Fryeburg Academy Raiders. 6:20 to go. Big defensive play. Saunders keeps it. He looks for a hole. He stumbles forward for about 4. So the clock hits the 6-minute mark. It starts to be a bit of a concern for Nokomis, although you're one play away from taking the lead in the state game. One big play that generates points puts you ahead, but at the same time, this Fryeburg team, when they've gotten the ball, they've grounded out for lengthy drives. Even when they haven't scored, they've been able to burn a lot of clock, but the biggest thing is going to be the field position here. Saunders keeps it. Attacks the middle of the line. He's going to get a couple. It's going to be 3rd and 3. Ball at the 41-yard line. Fryeburg's got to get to the 49, so huge stop here. This Warrior defense has got to come up big one more time. As the clock gets closer to 5 minutes, it's a must stop here. And again, you hear the big defensive cheer. Can those Warriors do it? It's 3rd and 4. And it's going to be a timeout, Fryeburg. Both sidelines come to their feet. Huge 3rd down play. Oh, and there was movement on the Fryeburg line, and that's going to cost them 5. Whew. Wow. They had a big 5-yard penalty a couple of series ago, and it didn't cost them. But, boy, this makes this a tougher down and distance. Make it 3rd and 9 as opposed to 3rd and 4. I was going to say, Matt, with 4:44 on the clock, I feel like that's a lucky number. Boy, if Nokomis is able to get a stop here, it not only helps, you're going to force the punt, but you're going to be in better field position. 3rd and 4. 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 3r Nokomis down a score. It's like the head official trying to get the clock maybe inadvertently started to go back to that 4:44. Yes, because I liked the first 4:44. We got 5-yard penalty. Let's see if we can get a big play. Let's see if Nathan Knapp factors into this. Knapp had a couple of great plays, had a big catch on a 3rd and long. It looks like we're going to have a little halfback pass option. Knapp just can't pull it in, but boy, I call it. Knapp is definitely a go-to guy. Little halfback pass as Southwick tried to hit Knapp. Knapp was wide open, and he just couldn't connect with them. So that does two great things. No yardage gain on the play, stops the clock, and it's 4th down. It's like Chance Graves and Pelletier back deep. Southwick punts it away to Pelletier. He's going to come under it, grabs it. He gets behind Graves, and he's got some room. Pelletier on the move. He's at the 40, the 30. He's got Graves, the 10. Touchdown, Warriors! Yes! Touchdown, Warriors! I told you I liked 4:44. Yes! Yes, in one play, Nokomis takes the lead with 4:19 to go. It's a 70-yard punt return by Tyler Pelletier. Give Chance Graves credit. He got out front and escorted Pelletier all the way to the end zone. The Nokomis crowd is ecstatic, and Fryeburg is stunned. So with just a touchdown, Nokomis takes a point lead. They'll go for the point after attempt with Kreider with 4:19 to go in regulation. It's a timeout, Nokomis. My guess is for 2, maybe, to think about it. Yeah, I would. Coach Jake Rogers takes a timeout. And as we suspected, with it a 12-13 score, why not try to go for 2? Again, Nokomis with just some personnel issues. Haining rolls to his right, and he's going to get shut out. So again, no harm, no foul, because it's unlikely that Fryeburg would get a safety to tie it up. So the rationale, maybe get that 3-point lead, so in case there's a field goal attempted late, you're tying and not winning the game. So Fryeburg, down a point with 4:19, will get set to receive the ball. Kreider, squib kick again, bounces around. Number 5 picks it up, and he's hit right at the 37-yard line. Whoa, wow. So I've been saying we're one play away from taking the lead. And talked about Tyler Pelletier's speed and the field conditions the last couple of games. Really hasn't had the opportunity, hasn't had a lot of room to operate out of the backfield. But on that punt reception, Warriors don't often put players back to field a punt. And boy, Tyler Pelletier, the senior, just explodes for a huge play. So now Fryeburg trying to manage the ball, find themselves down a point. Saunders back to pass. Connects with that 14 Bowles. Bowles pushed out of bounds right around the 45-yard line. A gain of 7 on the play. Stops the clock with the ball out of bounds. What a contest. I think we got an injured player on the field. It looks like a Fryeburg player right on the edge of the sideline as the Fryeburg team takes a kneel. Caleb Bowles, the injured player, able to hop off the field, but that's a tough time and a tough player to lose if you're a Fryeburg Academy Raider fan. Saunders in the shotgun. He's looking to pass. Overshoots the receiver. Pass intended for Harriman, just too long. So it's 3rd and 4. 3:44 to go in regulation. Warriors, 1-point lead, and they've got the goal ball out. Sure looks a lot shinier after that run back for a touchdown. This Warrior D, you wouldn't want to put it on anyone else's shoulders, but this defense, they've come up big all season long. Can they do it one more time? It looks like it's going to be a delay of game on Fryeburg. So they're going to walk it back 5. A false start. Someone moved. So it's been a really pretty game and clean game. A couple of false start penalties have really cost Fryeburg. But they've still got 2 downs here. Saunders rolls to his left. He's got room, flips it out, and there's Knapp. Connects to Knapp. It's about a 13-yard gain on the play, and it's a Raider first down, 3:36 to go. Boy, Nathan Knapp is an impressive player. He has made huge plays on both sides of the ball. When they've needed someone to make a big play, he's been the player. And you're going to feel like Saunders is just looking for him wherever he is on the field. I know I would. So handoff up the middle. Southwick's hit right in the middle of the line. He's going to pick a couple. Clock rolling. Fryeburg with a hurry-up offense. They come quick to the line. Saunders back again. Completed to Kasari. He picks up about 7. It's going to be 3rd and 3. Clock running, 2:45, and you think this is probably Fryeburg trying to make this a game-winning drive. Actually, I don't know what they've got for a field goal kicker, but if they get in field goal range, they'll pitch out wide. That was beautiful pursuit. Richards, beautiful pursuit to haul down the running back. It's a loss of a yard on a play. Huge defensive play by Richards. And I don't know what Nokomis is cheering about. Did the ball come out? Oh, a late flag. Oh, a personal foul is a huge penalty. That's a 15-yarder. And if it's a dead ball foul after the play, and it is after the play, so it'll stay 3rd down. That's huge. Whew. It's tense. It's tense up here in that little broadcast booth. It's hard not to be super excited. But what a contest. Everyone is just on pins and needles. It's the officials huddle. I think Coach Turner for Fryeburg wanting an explanation. Now the Fryeburg side cheers. Well, maybe Coach Turner was able to plead his case and get a change in the call. So officials crew making sure they get it right. So we'll see what happens here when the officials, what direction they start moving, see which crowd cheers. Everybody's just, like, you can hear a pin drop. Here we go. See what it's going to be. And it is a personal foul. They are going to march it back 15 yards all the way back to the Fryeburg 43-yard line. A huge penalty. And it is 4th down because that was a dead ball foul. So this almost is the game here, this play. It's going to be a 4th and 21 if Fryeburg takes a timeout. All right, if that wasn't ominous, AC/DC, I don't even know what the song is, but just bells gonging. Huge 4th down play, could be the game, and Sanders is going to be sacked. The Warriors will take over on downs at the Fryeburg 31, 2:18 to go, and a 1-point lead. And probably a stupid penalty there by Nokomis, maybe celebrating. It was Tucker with his helmet off. Hopefully no one took a helmet off. Oh, and it's against Fryeburg. And it's after the play, so to go from bad to worse, we not only sack Saunders at the 30, but if that foul's marked off from there, we're going to have the ball at the 15. Oh, I can't even handle this. My heart's jumping. My Apple Watch with my beats per minute, I think, is going to call 911 automatically because it's jumping out. You got to give it to this Nokomis D. When they've needed a play, they've come up with it. And it is a personal foul. So it's been a clean game here, and this last couple of series has gotten messy for Fryeburg. Warriors 1st and 10 at the Fryeburg 17-yard line, 2:18 to go. Can you say ball security, take care of the ball? And Fryeburg burned a couple of timeouts. They've only got one timeout left. I can't even do the math in my head right now if we could just run out the clock. So it looks like handoff to Wilson and just hang on to the ball and go down. Do not fight for the extra yard and let that clock roll. I think Fryeburg calls their final timeout right there at 2:09. Whew. Haining under center. Hands it off to Custodio. Custodio just barrels ahead. Actually, it's Wilson. He dives for the goal line. He's going to be at the 1-foot line. Wilson just powering through that Fryeburg line. And with that first down, I don't believe Fryeburg can stalk the clock. Oh, my goodness. I got visions of that goal ball heading up the interstate. I definitely do not want to count my chickens before they hatch, but with the clock running at 1:45, all we've got to do is take a couple of knees, and we are going to be state champions, baby. You got to give all credit to this team. These seniors on this team started their first 2 seasons with no wins, 0 wins. And they kept coming back and working and working. And Jake Rogers and his staff joined the crowd. Had our first playoff game last season and have been on a state championship march. It's 1:15. It's 2nd down, and Fryeburg, the fans are bailing out because they can't stop the clock. So barring some sort of disaster where we fumble, Haning's going to watch the clock, wait until the last possible second. Snap and take the knee. And it should be one more snap. One more snap, and it's gold ball, Nokomis Warriors. Down to 30 seconds. One snap and one knee. And because it's third down, we don't have to snap it again. This is going to be it. Yes, state champions. Your final score, Nokomis 13, Fryeburg 12. Final seconds run down, and they can't stop the clock. And it is fish. Oh, yes! What a game! What a game! And give it up to that Nokomis D. That big run back by Tyler Pelletier. Woo! First time in school history, a football championship. A remarkable feat considering this is a relatively new football team or football program as schools go. Congratulations to that group of guys. They have worked hard, they've persevered, they've shown grit. They have earned that state championship. Go Warriors! Woo! One final shot at the scoreboard. People, we're going to be celebrating in Newport. Congratulations, Nokomis football.
Awesome.
Oh my God.
This is awesome.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh. Go down there if you want, Mary.
I'm gonna go down.
I'll stay up here and get shots from up here.
All right, Maddie. I'll see you in a bit.
Okay. Yep.
I guess I'm definitely going to Newport.
Yeah. We'll be right behind you.
Ladies and gentlemen, representing the Maine Principals Association for the presentation of 2018 Football Championship Awards are Mr. Dan Clifford, Principal at Ellsworth High School and member of the NPA Football Committee, and Ms. Susan Robbins, Athletic Administrator at Yarmouth High School and member of the NPA Football Committee. On behalf of the Maine Principals Association, I want to congratulate both teams on an outstanding display of championship football. Each one of you has spent a great deal of time and hard work in preparation for today. Both teams have had outstanding seasons and should be proud that they were able to advance to this state championship game. As you think back to the 2018 season, may all of your memories be positive, and may you take with you your pride in your accomplishments and your community. The Raiders of Fryeburg Academy. Would the captains please come forward? On behalf of the Maine Principals Association, I'd like to present this plaque, symbolic of the 2018 State of Maine Class C football runner-up to the Raiders of Fryeburg Academy. Congratulations! The Warriors of Nokomis Regional High. At this time, I would invite the captains to please come forward. On behalf of the Maine Principals Association, I would like to present this gold ball, symbolic of the 2018 State of Maine Class C football champions, to the Warriors of Nokomis Regional High. Congratulations!
now, man. Shout out to Newport Fire and Rescue for organizing it all. I love it.
Who has the trophy? I just want to make sure I don't.
Wait, Quentin has it.
Better run.